As for today, we are facing global challenges, starting with the Russian aggression and ending with the North Korea. So the world is in turmoil. First of all, we need to draw the lessons out of our past. Let me remind you that in 1994, Ukraine signed a notorious Budapest Memorandum. This was the memorandum signed by the Ukrainian country when we relinquished the third biggest nuclear arsenal in the world. And co-sponsors of this memorandum, they guaranteed territorial integrity and independence for the state of Ukraine. So what's in the end? In the end, we don't have the nuclear weapon, which is good, because we strongly support nuclear non-proliferation. But we lost temporarily Crimea, Donetsk, Lugansk, and Russia, as one of the key co-sponsors of this memorandum, invaded an independent country and draw the new lines after the Second World War. And this is a very bad sign for the global community, because Kim Jong-un, another prominent, in inverted commas, politician, will say, look, they lost their nuclear weapon, they lost their territory. So the regime, they got some kind of, I would even say, credit out of this. So the first point is that, first of all, we need to find a common response to all these global threats. There is no other common response rather than strong and not obsolete NATO. President Kuchma, he was the first president of my country who decided that Ukraine is to join NATO. It was in 2002, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. President, when the House passed the bill on NATO membership for Ukraine. So in my humble opinion, it's important for all NATO member states, for the alliance, to be adamant and to say in a very clear way, the time will come and Ukraine will become the NATO member. We will improve the alliance, we will meet the 2% criteria of financing of the alliance, because you need to be very focused on this. You have to spend this 2%, because for today my country is spending 5% of its GDP for our security and for our military. We do understand that not everyone in NATO is happy with an idea to have Ukraine as a member. And let me once again reiterate that in Bucharest in 2008, we asked NATO for the membership action plan. We didn't get it. In the end, what we got Russian aggression against Georgia, and we got Russian invasion into Ukraine. So, my take, very strong leadership in the world is needed. Very strong policy of NATO is needed too. Ukraine is to become the NATO member state. On this way, we need to improve our military and we need to approximate Ukrainian standards up to NATO standards. And this is the action plan, which is right now endorsed by my country, and this is the only solution for Ukraine and not only for Ukraine. For it, we are defending the borders of the European Union and of the alliance against the Russian aggression. So it's in our common interests.